Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Take in the Trash with Yibing
and Ishui.
Today we're diving into episode 5 and 6 of Singles Inferno. The last time we left off, we have three couples going to paradise.
You know what? When I saw episode 5, I totally forgot there were 3 couples, and I was shocked to see, because I totally forgot that Dongwoo and Nadine were a couple. Yeah. So I was like, wait, what are they doing here?
I actually wrote the most notes on them. I was very surprised by them. Yeah.
Okay, let's go maybe one by one.
So the first couple that we see in paradise is Jin Young and Seok-gi. And Jin Young was the newcomer that took everyone by surprise. He won the game, got 2 girls to go with him for a private date, and then chose Seok-gi, who is his type, basically, physically. I thought Seok-gi was very into him. She's smitten by him.
Yes.
The way that she's acting is completely different from the way she acted with Dongwoo.
Yeah.
And Jin Young actually caught me by surprise. I thought he was actually much more respectful than my first impression of him.
Yeah, like, because he didn't carry bags or offer to carry bags. But he kind of explained it. He was like, I don't want to, like, overstep boundaries. I want to make people comfortable. I think that's what he said, which was interesting. But Silky seemed really into that, so... yeah.
What I noticed was he asked her, oh, do you drink? And she said, I don't drink. And he's like, oh, I won't drink either then. Whereas with Dongwoo, he was just very surprised by the fact that she didn't drink at all. So I thought it was really nice that he offered to not drink and kind of be in the space of soberness with her.
Yeah, he seemed a lot less judgy, and like whatever she said or whatever anyone says, he never seems surprised. He's always just like... I mean, he does say he has his guard up, but you can't read his emotions. But I think the way that he doesn't react negatively does make people feel comfortable around him.
And I noticed that when they first went into, like, the paradise, she was showing him around. And I just noticed that she showed him the pool, like, right away.
Yeah, they seemed considerate of each other's feelings. And also, like, when he was like, oh, there's the menu, and they didn't say anything because they were both waiting for the other person to order.
Yeah.
And he did say, like, oh, what do you like to eat, like rice or noodles? So, you know, he was like she was like rice, and he's like, okay, let's order some rice then.
Yeah, he was being very considerate.
Yeah.
And she was very blushy, very cute near him. And she would notice small things that he would do. So he noticed the first time that he laughed around her, and she pointed that out. And then there was another scene where she asked if she could call him Oppa.
She did?
Yes.
Wait, where was I?
So she was like, can I call you Oppa? And he was like, just call me Hey or you.
Oh my god, I thought in the translations, I thought it said, hey, what should I call you? And he said, call me Hey.
No. Because in Korea, like, a sign of respect, and also it's really cute when younger girls call an older guy Oppa. And so she basically was asking him permission to call him that. And he was like, no, you don't have to do that. Just call me, like, hey, you.
Oh my god, okay, because that's not what the translation said. The translation was like, hey, she was like, hey, what should I call you? And he was like, just call me Hey, which I thought was hilarious, because I thought, you know how there's like honorifics, and I don't fully understand how they address each other, like what words use honorifics and which ones don't. So I thought she was asking him that type of thing. I didn't realize, I don't know. I didn't know it was that. So I was like, just call me Hey. Like, I thought he was going to be like, just call me like casual name or something.
Yeah, I feel like she wanted to be closer to him, and he was just like, just call me whatever.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then I thought it was really interesting how he said to her, like, you're so independent. But I think he was referring to how, like, she carried her own bags and stuff. But it was more because, like, he didn't offer.
No. I don't think she had a choice in that.
Yeah. I mean, he did offer, and then she was like, no, it's okay. And he was like, okay. Yeah.
And then there was another scene where they were going through why they chose the person they did to go to paradise. And she said, I was going between choosing someone who likes her, which is Jungwoo.
Yep.
Or someone that she herself likes, which was Jin Young. And then she kind of like, it was kind of a Freudian slip because she was like, oh no, wait, I meant to say that someone that I was curious about.
I know. She's like, you know what? They're very similar in that they're both very guarded with their feelings. And so I think that's why they got along too, was because they both like with Dongwoo, he was so like straightforward with her and she didn't really like that and wasn't used to it. But this time she was like trying to bring him out of his shell.
Yes. Yeah. She needed to try more. She needed to talk to him more, try to make him laugh, initiate conversation. Whereas with Dongwoo, he just kept pushing forward and she just kept going backwards and putting walls up.
No, this is a much better match. And I thought they were so cute. Like, I'm shocked because, like, I didn't love Silky before. But after this, I was like, wow, they're adorable.
Yeah, they are adorable.
They're so cute together.
And he was saying how he tends to take things a little bit slower. He needs time to get to know a person. And she said, I'll wait for you.
I know. Oh my god. And then also she was like speechless around him. Like she kept like saying, like stuttering and be like, I don't know why I said that. And never mind. I don't know why I'm speechless. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It was really cute.
She was just looking at him with like heart eyes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Okay, so should we get into their ages and professions?
Yes. So Jin Young, he is 28.
Yeah.
Did you expect him to be 28?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What about you?
I expected it too. I thought he was on like older 20s.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
And he was previously a soldier. He was in the UDT for 4 years.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
So he was saying that's like the Navy Special Force. And I think for someone to be in the Navy, you have to be like better than other people who just go into the army.
That's what it sounded like too. Like it was a little like it was like higher on the hierarchy than just being in the military.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's a YouTuber.
Okay, he said he's a YouTuber, but then he was like, I'm planning on being a content creator and doing all this stuff. So I was like, so you're not a content creator right now. You know, it's like us like a week before we had our podcast.
Exactly. We're planning on having a podcast. We just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. To be fair, we got it set up really fast.
Yeah.
Like I literally came up with the idea like a few days before and then we just did it. So maybe that's what he'll do. Maybe he has a YouTube channel right now.
Exactly. He probably does.
Yeah.
I was not surprised by his profession. It's really funny because Seolki was expecting Dongwoo to be in the army and he was not, right?
Yeah.
And now with this guy, he's actually like Navy Special Force. He's like the top tier of the army.
Yeah. And maybe that's why I'm trying to figure out his personality because, you know, he doesn't care what other people think.
Yeah.
He's very like aloof, but he also just doesn't care. And I think maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I feel like when you're in the army and you come back to civilian life, like people are very... It's a new world.
Yeah,
you have to adjust
and it
to
seems like, because he said that he never went to college, so
Right.
it seems like he could have gone into the Navy maybe right after high school. So that probably was a really important part of his growing up as an adult.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he has kind of a cold exterior too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I love that he's atheist. I love an atheist. I was like, yes. I love that she thought that so he has this long tattoo sleeve and she thought they were angel wings.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it means like it's a warrior thing and they're made out of bullets.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but
I thought that was so cool.
the total opposite of angel wings.
I know.
Well, like way cooler.
I think she just misheard him.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They must sound similar.
I think warrior and angel sounds very similar in Korean.
Yeah. That is what it is.
There was another thing that she was saying. She said, "Can I cross your boundary?" to him.
What do you say?
And he blushed and started like smiling.
Oh yeah. Okay, the commentators made a big deal about it, but in reality, when you see the full clip, it was like a microsecond, and then he immediately like had his face like guard up again. So it wasn't a full laugh. It was like the beginning of one, and he caught himself.
Yeah, no, that's true. But he still like laughed, and
It
that got to him.
It was cute. Oh my god, and can we talk about the next day? Oh, they were so cute. He helped her with her hair. It was so cute.
I didn't expect her to come knocking at his door and ask him to help with her hair.
It was a good bonding activity.
It was. I don't think he was that good at it, but it looked nice at the end.
Oh my god, and okay, in the pool. She got in the pool. I can't believe we forgot to talk about that.
Okay, the pool scene, I was shocked because so he's like, I'm gonna go into the pool, and she said, I'll just like watch you. And then at some point she said, it looks really nice. Maybe I'll just dip my feet in. And somehow she ended up going in there with her bathing suit with him.
Yeah.
Which is something I thought she was not comfortable with Dongwoo for sure last time.
Definitely. But he was also so pushy.
Exactly.
And like, he's more relaxed.
Like
and
Jin Young was
just
relaxed.
like, I mean, it's nice in here. Come if you want. If you don't, that's fine too.
Exactly.
Which is very nice. It's like, whatever you do, it's not gonna like affect him in a major way.
Exactly.
And I think that's really nice. It gives her more freedom to do what she wants.
Yeah. And then the really cute part in the pool when he like tried to beckon her to get closer to him. He used her like index finger to try to get her to come over.
Yeah.
And they kind of kind of
like hooked
fingers. Yeah.
Yeah. So he held out his finger and then she like grabbed onto it.
She grabbed onto it and kind
it was
of
really
towards
cute.
him.
They made it like a whole scene. It was really cute.
It was really adorable.
Oh, and I remember he was like super considerate because when she was like getting out of the pool, he was like, hold on, wait there, and like got a robe for her so she wouldn't like be awkward.
Yeah.
So that was really nice.
Yeah.
See, he is really thoughtful.
He is really thoughtful.
And I think he's very self-aware. He was like, yeah, I know I don't express my feelings and I have my guard up. That's just how I am. But I think she's kind of the same way, honestly.
I think so too.
Although more straightforward. Because she did say, basically, I like you to him. But then caught herself. Being like, I'm curious about you.
She made herself pretty clear.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I think he knows that too.
Yeah. Yeah. They were so cute. Yeah. Definitely like my favorite couple out of the 3 that went to Paradise.
I agree. Yeah. I like them together a lot. Should we move on to Dongwoo and Nadine?
Wait! Let's go in order!
Okay, fine.
Okay, so the second couple that they showed us was Hanbin and
Seung.
Yeah. And they're cute, of course. I feel like Seung just has good chemistry with everyone because she's so laughy, she's jokey, makes everyone at ease. So they went to this, like, I guess there was an amusement park in this hotel. They closed down, they rode some rides. It looks like they had a fun time.
I was shocked by the amusement park.
I know.
Like, where did this come out of? It looks really fun.
It does, and it was so empty, and I thought that was a little creepy, honestly. I was like, is this safe? Who's operating the rides? But we find out Hanbin's age and occupation.
Yes.
Okay, and you were right. You said that he was young, and he's young. And when I found out his age, which is 24, I was like, oh, Hanbin was 100% right.
That's what I thought too. I do think he's probably the youngest in the group.
Period?
I think so.
Interesting.
Now that I know his age is 24, I think the other guys are older than him.
Wait, what about girls? You mean just guys?
Just guys.
Okay, that makes sense.
Guys.
Yeah,
I think some
agree.
of the girls are younger than him, but he's one of the youngest guys.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his occupation is chef. So it all makes sense why he's like the leader of the cooking, why he's so good at chopping. And he sounded pretty impressive. Like he won this 2018 International Chef Award.
Yes.
And I was like, 2018? That was like 3 years ago. So he was like 21, Korean age. So he was actually 20.
Yeah, I'm really impressed because he's won a bunch of awards and he's really young, which means he's been talented in this industry for a long time.
Yeah. I was super impressed by that. I was like, wow. And he's like, he said he knows, like, he specializes in, like, Western, Korean, and Chinese cooking. And I was like, wow. So talented. And he lied to everyone, being like, oh, I just live alone. That's how I'm so good at cooking.
He lied to everyone. Yeah, he did. But Soon saw right through that because she guessed his occupation correctly.
Yeah. She's so smart.
And she also guessed Yoonjae's occupation correctly, too, the last time she was on Paradise.
You're right. Oh my god, she's so smart.
I know.
Yeah. And then I thought Hanbin was really cute when he helped Seung put on, like, the face mask.
That was adorable.
That was a really cute moment.
I do think that Seung is probably a little bit shocked that he's so young.
Yeah.
I don't think she expected that.
Yeah. Because she's 28.
Exactly.
Oh, this is under my funny moments. Sorry, this is so funny. But, so Hanbin was like, to Seung was like, I think I can definitely guess your age. And the next thing he says, wait, 20s or 30s? And then she goes, 20s. And then he goes, 22? I just thought it was hilarious.
Pretty off base there.
And he's like, literally, unless they mistranslated, but he said, I can definitely guess your age. And he goes, wait, 20s or 30s? Like, I mean, if you're gonna guess, just guess.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they showed us too many moments that they had. They were the couple that had the least scenes in this episode. Overall, I thought that they had okay chemistry, but nothing compared to Soon and Yoonjae.
I agree. Again, we didn't get to see that much of them, but I'm assuming it's because it was just like, meh.
Yeah. It was adorable when he tried to draw her, though, because it turned
really
out actually really cute, and he drew a little, of himself as well in the picture.
He's not a bad drawer.
No, that's pretty good.
He's pretty talented. Yeah.
Okay. Dongwoo and Nadine.
Oh my god. Okay, this is so cringe for me. Was this cringe for you?
Wait, tell me why it was cringe.
Okay, well, first of all, so they reveal their ages, and Nadine is 23. And we already know Dongwoo is 32, so that's a pretty big age difference.
Yeah.
And then they ask Nadine what she does, and she's like, student, and then she's studying pre-med.
She's doing primary with neuroscience, and her secondary is computer science.
Which is very impressive.
Very, very impressive.
The thing is, she's pre-med, and when she said that, Dongwoo's face was like, ick. Like, the ultimate ick. He was so disgusted by her.
What?
And I was like, oh dear, this is not going well.
No. It was actually insane because she said that she is doing research on temporal lobe epilepsy, and she eventually wants to specialize in surgery, and specifically plastic surgery, after Dongwoo revealed that he's a plastic surgeon. And so Dongwoo was basically a future Nadine, kind of. Like, Nadine wants to be a plastic surgeon.
Yep.
Dongwoo is already in that point of his career, and he knows what it takes to get there.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the reason why he had less interest in her after this.
Yeah. Because he did also ask, like, so what are your plans? Like, you're gonna go back to school, this is your last vacation. Basically, like, you won't, like, how can you be in a relation? I mean, he didn't say it, but, like, implied, like, how are you going to be in a relationship with me if I'm in Korea and you're going to be studying? You still have to go through med school. You still have to go to residency.
Exactly.
And then you're going to come back here in, like, 10 years.
Exactly.
10 plus years.
And she was saying, oh, I have all of my vacations. Every vacation I go to Korea. But that's not enough vacation.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks a year.
Exactly.
Nadine.
Exactly. And I think Dongwoo, again, he knows how long the training is.
Yeah.
And he knows what it takes to get to becoming a plastic surgeon. And Nadine doesn't quite know that yet, and doesn't quite know how busy she's going to be for the next 8+ years.
Yeah, I don't think she's, like, fully thought that through, and I think he knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like someone who's been through it and somebody who hasn't yet.
Yeah. But I do kind of think it's good that he got the ick from that. You know what I mean?
Well, some people in medicine want to date other people in medicine, and then other people are the opposite.
No. But I mean, I think it's good because, like, it's a little creepy if it's someone who's, like, a mentor figure.
Agreed.
Who takes interest in someone. It's almost predatory. So I like the fact that he was, like, not, like, super into that.
Yeah, I agree. You know? And I think at some point in their conversation, it became more of a mentor and mentee conversation.
And that's what I also hated. Because the problem with pre-med is everyone can be pre-med. There's no prerequisites to being pre-med, right? Because the funnel doesn't start until, like, after you get into med school. Then it's like, okay, it's selected. So you just talk to a lot of pre-med people, and it doesn't necessarily, like, everyone's looking for advice, and it did end up feeling like a therapy / mentor career session.
Yeah. And he was even telling her, yeah, you should put yourself out there more, like, talk to more guys, initiate conversations with guys.
But I think he was saying that because he's saying, I'm not interested in you.
Yes.
Not
that
because,
too.
you know, necessary. Okay, but I also was, like, shocked that his English was so good. Yeah. I thought it was really good.
It was really good.
And he said that he spent a year in LA for school or something, right?
I don't know probably why it was so good. But he said it was a year in LA.
Yeah.
It's really nice because he said he related to her in that way because he knew what it felt like to be a minority speaker in a country that speaks like a different language than you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he was really nice to her and really tried to bring her out of her shell because he related to her in that way.
Yeah, that was very nice of him. Oh, he also asked her, like, are you more rational or emotional? And he said, Nadine said, I'm more rational. And he said, well, I'm more emotional. I kind of go with my heart.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it's like, okay, then why did you ask her about vacations and stuff in Korea? Because that's very rational, you know?
That's true, yeah.
So I think both of them were a little like, I don't know, not fully aware or honest. But I also thought it was really cool that she, like, what she does, like how she studied all those different things.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think we were also correct about her age because we thought she was going to be pretty young too.
Yeah. Also, I'm just going to say this. I fucking hate TikTok for ruining something because I didn't even want to see it, but I was just scrolling and someone revealed where Nadine goes to school and I did not need to see that. And it's like, stop spoiling me, so I have to scroll past all the Singles Inferno TikToks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and on top of that, people are so annoying. Like, I don't like their opinions. I saw TikTok, and someone was like, I hate all the commentators on that show. And I was like, I love the commentators. Shut up. God. So yeah, I just hate all the TikTok Singles Inferno out there because I disagree with all their views.
Well, that's why we have this.
I know. That's why I have this to vent out my views.
It was funny, I noticed later in the episode, Nadine was wearing a hat that has an H on it.
I noticed
Harvard.
it too. I was like, bitch, I thought you're not supposed to give it away. But to be fair, I think like the H, like people wear that sweater and it
doesn't mean they go to Harvard.
Yeah. At some point it became just like a fashion item. Yeah, I didn't really like them together. I mean, they didn't show too much of it, but what they showed is very awkward.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if it was more awkward than Dongwoo and Silky.
I thought it was more natural.
Yeah.
Dongwoo and Silky is still the most awkward Paradise date I've seen so far.
Period. Okay, what happened after that?
So they cut to a scene back in Inferno where all of the people who didn't get to go to Paradise are talking about if their feelings have changed. And Yoonjae said that he thought he made the wrong choice.
Oh, he did say that. Yeah, I wrote that in quotes.
And that he's conflicted about probably Soe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of, I know. All these people who are infernal forever and never change their mind, like Jungwoo.
And then Jungwoo was like, I still like the same person.
Oh my god. And then he was like, and then they gave him a hypothetical, like if Silky came back and then she went with someone else next time to Paradise, would you still choose her? And he's like,
yes.
Yeah. And I was like, why? Then she obviously doesn't like you, bro.
Yeah. Oh my
god. And of course Soe, I think it was like, yeah, I respect you for that. And I was like, of course you would.
Of course you, yeah. They're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, 100%. And Jungwoo did say he's like one person at a time kind of person. But I think he did say if Silky like downright out rejected him, then he would start like looking towards other people.
Yeah. And she hasn't done that for him yet.
No.
So then the couples come back, and the really funny thing is, you have Hanbin and So-eun and Dongwoo and Nadine coming down, and the guys are all carrying the girls' bags, and then Jin-young and Seok-hee are lagging behind, and Seok-hee is still carrying her own bag.
I noticed that too, but it didn't look that heavy.
No, it didn't. And also they were kind of wearing like matchy outfits.
They were
like in
neutrals.
terms of colors and neutrals. They looked really good together.
Yeah, and someone was even like, are you guys wearing a couple's outfit? I was like, oh, that was really cute.
It was really cute. And then there was an announcement that was made that said, during that day, you can go on a date with whoever you want. And as soon as that announcement was made, Yoonjae hopped out of his bed right away to go talk to Seon.
Yeah, and he said something like, I felt kind of jealous of you. And then he was like, just kidding. And then later on,
he was like, I was jealous.
He was like, yeah, I was jealous. He was very open with his feelings towards her. And she was like a little more hidden with her feelings, but ultimately she did say like, I knew I was in Paradise, but I left some of my heart in Inferno.
Yeah, that was so sweet.
That was really sweet.
One, I thought it was so cool that he jumped up right away. He was like, I need to talk to this girl. I need to get all of my feelings out there and figure out if she feels the same way about me. And they really hashed it out, and they were on the same wavelength. He was really cute when he said, why are you making me jealous when I'm not the jealous type?
Yes, that was really cute. Oh my god. He also said, if I had 100 hours, I'd spend 90 hours with one person. Yeah. Like her.
Yeah.
Or more. And then he was like, or maybe even more.
Yeah. And then he said that if he would have won the last game, he would have chosen Seon for sure.
Yeah.
But he would have no idea who the second girl would be.
Yeah.
Basically saying that he would have only chosen her.
Yeah. It was really cute. He was being so, like, forthright, and I was afraid that she wasn't going to give him anything back. But then she did say, like, I left some of my heart in Inferno, implying that, like, it was him, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's enough.
I think they're into each other the same amount. I think they're both
so cute.
Yeah.
And then they walked back, and oh my god, it was so funny because Hambing and Zoe were off in their own little thing, spying on them. Like, kept looking over. Like, where are they? And then Zoe was like, they're 100 meters, they're 200 meters away. I was like, girl, this is not going well when you guys are, like, spying on your crushes.
Yeah.
And they're together. And then Zoe was like, Hambing, I think you should go over there and tell her how you feel. And he was like, I don't know. They're like still together. He's like, no, I think you should do it when they split up. And then they never split up.
No, they went somewhere else to sit. Because they stood up getting ready to each take one of them. And then Yoonjae and Soeun went to sit in a different spot. And they were like, oh. Aw. they were all so sad. They were like, oh, they're going to keep talking. Never mind. And what I thought was really interesting is Soe and Hanbin's conversation. Soe said that Yoonjae is the type to get to know everyone. And Hanbin was like, no, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he only wants Soeun. And
yes.
I think that gave Soe like a splash of reality. She needed to hear that from someone.
Thank God he told her, because it was so obvious to everyone. And I think Soe was like lying to herself.
I agree. And I think she was, in that moment, she was finally seeing the truth. And even she said, when they walked back, they looked happy.
Yeah. They were both like, they both looked really happy with each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This episode made me think Zoe is younger than I had thought previously, because I don't think she's that mature. It just made me, like, the fact that she truly didn't realize that Yoonjae only had eyes for Seon, or like took what he said to heart, like that he was like, oh, I just want to meet new people. It's like, no.
I think she's about 24, 25.
Yeah, I would say 24, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe younger.
Oh. And then Nadine took Jin Young for a walk. I thought that was really cute because they were all in the tent together, and she like reached over to him and she's like, "Hey, you want to go for a walk?"
Okay, I love them. I know that Jin Yoon is really into Silky and they're really cute together, but I also love Nadine and Jin Yoon together.
Me too. She made him laugh so much.
That's what I noticed. He's always laughing around her.
Yeah.
And I think it's because Nadine is so honest and sincere and open. Yes. She says like whatever she means and doesn't hold back at all, which is the opposite of him. He's like very guarded. That I think like she really disarmed him.
Exactly. And they both said that they like being alone and they don't like a partner who's clingy.
Yes.
And so they can really relate to each other.
I was like, I love them. And they both want a partner who's really serious about their profession and really passionate. And that was kind of surprising for Yingjung, like for Nadine to hear that about Yingjung, because he was like, I really want someone who takes like their profession seriously and is really into it. And she was like, oh, I thought you were like a free spirit. And he's like, no.
And Nadine was saying that he like has a really cute side to him, and Jin Young was saying that nobody else has like saw that side that quickly before,
or like no one's told me that so quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she's like, yeah, you're like oddly cute, like oddly cute. I mean, wait, that sounds bad, but you know,
you're oddly cute.
Yeah,
and he is. He's really charming.
Yeah, and I love that he spoke English words with her. You know, like sunglasses. Like he just said so many random English words, which I thought was really cute. Yeah.
And then a couple of like notes from this episode too. Zoe ended up walking into, I think, the girls' dressing room, and she started crying.
Yeah, I wrote cried again.
I know. And then Sejong went over and comforted her, and I thought that was really sweet.
I know.
Yeah. And then Jungwoo, like was really waiting for Soki like to talk to her, and he was really attentive because when she came back from Paradise, she had a heat stroke and she wasn't feeling really well, and he noticed all of this about her and was really trying to take care of her, gave her some vitamins and like other things to kind of make her a face mask to make her feel better.
And, like, lent her a book. And it was funny because Jin Young didn't even notice any of this about Silky. Well, he did notice she wasn't in the water. Yeah. So he was like, Silky, he said that a few times. Yeah. But then when, like, Silky went with 2 other guys to get water, he didn't notice at all. No, he didn't. He, like, never went to try to find her or, like, find out if she needed anything, which Jong-woo did. So, I mean, something to take into consideration.
I think that's also what makes him more attractive to Silky, too. Yeah. I also don't think she likes someone who's super clingy and who's super into her.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, poor Jung-woo. So, Jin Young and Silk... Oh, wait, this is later. We'll get to it. My bad. Okay.
Oh, so then there are 2 new people who come
I was shocked. I did not expect that. I don't know why.
I was expecting it. I was totally expecting
really?
it. But I didn't expect there to be 2 new people who came onto Inferno.
Yeah, so what did you think? This guy wearing a suit, Kim Se-joon...
So I thought it's so disadvantageous for these 2 to come at this time.
I know.
I don't think either of them are going to make amazing connections, unfortunately. Yeah. And neither of them really stood out to me. Same. So the first guy that came down is Kim Se-joon. In his intro, they said that he likes tennis. And, you know, everybody...
I didn't even notice that.
Everybody is really active in sports in this group, so... He's not unique in that way. He says his type is someone who's nice and bubbly, and he seems to like somebody who is selfless. But when he came in, I didn't think he was anything special.
Okay, he also said he opens up quickly, and I thought he was the opposite. He seemed very closed off and, like, stoic and, like, gave no facial expressions. Didn't seem kind, didn't smile. And, like, the other members were actually quite nice to them and asked them questions when they sat down. It wasn't like the very beginning when, like, nobody knew each other and they were just sitting around and quiet for the whole time. People were, like, asking them questions, and he just he seemed serious.
Yeah, and he might be a little bit shy and introverted. Yeah. It might take him a little bit of time to open up to the group.
Even though in his intro it says he opens up quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like maybe he wants to be that person who opens up quickly, but he isn't.
He does not seem like it.
And it's really intimidating to come into a group of 10 people who already know each other. Yeah. And try to get in with the group. So I think it's really tough for him and the new girl.
Well, okay, so let's do the new girl, Lim Min-soo. I liked her better than the new guy. So this new girl, she was wearing like a pretty classic dress. I liked it. It was like almost like a bubble silhouette.
Yeah, it's cute.
And I wrote that she seems to really like eye glitter because in the close-up shot she was wearing it, and then the thing I was like, okay. She said she's strong-headed, and then she seemed to say that she was like strategic. Yeah.
Later on, she also said that she likes a guy with a pretty smile and a big frame. Yeah. And good manners.
Yeah. Not really shockers.
No.
So when they were with the new people in, Soe was being extra nice to Sejun. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did notice.
Like, but he didn't notice at all, or didn't care.
No, he did notice, because he was saying he felt appreciative to Soe for being attentive to him. Yeah. Like, attentive to him. And making sure he, knew what he was doing and getting along with the group. And it was really sweet because he noticed that Soe was struggling with opening the canned food. So he opened it for her and kind of just slid it towards her place and her table.
Okay, I thought it was super awkward because I thought Soe like got his coat and was like, I'll put it back here for you. And I was like, hey, I put it back there. And he's like, like, you know what I mean? He's like, and she was like asking him all these questions, and I just felt like he was disinterested, or like he didn't really like just answer them quickly, but didn't like look at her, didn't like make any conversation. So I thought it was quite awkward, actually.
I think he is interested in her, but we'll see with the next episode.
I don't
and
know.
Hopefully she'll open up her heart to other people than Yoonjae.
That's what I was kind of hoping, that like she was being nice to him because maybe he piqued her interest a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah. Minsu didn't really seem to get talk that much with other people, but she seemed more open and jovial compared to him, the new guy.
I think they'll get more chances the next episode to find people they're interested in.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, and then Seolki and Dongwoo had a conversation.
Oh, shit.
And she told him that, I don't think we're a good match. Yeah. And basically friend-zoned him.
Yeah, which was good because I felt like she had to do that because she was trying to be more subtle and discreet in Paradise. He obviously did not pick up on any of the hints. Mm-mm. So she's like, I have no option but basically to say this. And she said it. And she told Jin Young that after, how she told Dongwoo that she didn't like Dongwoo, so.
Yeah. It was funny because both of them were saying that other people asked them how the Paradise experience was. And both of them said, oh, it was just okay.
I know.
When in reality, they both really enjoyed themselves.
I don't understand. Why do they all do that? Why does everyone hide how they feel? I'm so confused. No, seriously. It's really...
Yeah. I guess they don't want other people to know how much they're interested in, each other.
But why? Is it awkward because other people like the same people?
I think it's awkward because at least Jin Young knows at least 2 other people also like Seolki.
Yeah.
But for Seolki, I think she could have been very honest.
Well, other people like Jin Young too.
That's true.
Because I think Sejong and Nadine are also interested in him.
That's true. But then she could totally, put her foot down and say, hey, I had a great time. We have great chemistry. And maybe they'll have the other girls, not talk to him as much.
Yeah, I don't remember people being so vague and, nondescript last season.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's mostly with these 2. I feel like the other people were a little bit more honest.
Yeah. And then Jungwoo gave Seolki a book to read or a paragraph in a book because he didn't have time to talk to her because she was so busy with other people.
I'm really sad that I can't read Korean and know what that paragraph said because he had her read a very specific paragraph.
Wait, but it had captions.
Not when I was watching it.
What? Did we watch different captions?
Maybe.
I don't understand how, this whole open thing.
Because the commentators were saying, oh, unrequited love, because they were saying that maybe the part that she was reading was about unrequited love.
No, it had captions. I can't remember what it said. I mean, it was basically follow your heart or something. I don't know. It had to do with love, and I was like, whatever. I'm not really into Jungwoo or Sohee. I think that I just don't agree with how they're going about doing things.
You're saying they should give up.
Yes, 100%. I think whenever people are confused, the problem with Jungwoo and Sohee up until this episode is they're confused about whether the person likes them or not, when it's so obvious.
It's so obvious, yeah. So it's so obvious to everyone except for them.
Right.
Because they're holding out hope. And I can relate to that,
I know. I mean, I obviously, at this moment, don't relate to them. In the past, I'm sure I would have, But right now, it's just frustrating.
Yeah. No,
I just want to shake them and be like, okay, here's another thing I wanted to talk about, actually. The idea of, okay, let's actually go over this. So Sohee ends up sitting down with Youngjae for a final discussion, basically.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought she was really mature because Yoonjae was not coming out with it. He was not saying it so directly, and she had to say it for him, basically. Mm-hmm. She said that, you know what, let's just be friends/colleagues, and that time will solve everything, and basically hashed it out with him. Because he was saying a bunch of things, but not really saying, oh, I'm not interested in you, I'm only interested in So-eun. And Sohee had to say, I noticed that you're really into So-eun, is that true? And then kind of go ahead and say, hey, we can just be friends.
But I think one of the commentators mentioned this. I don't think it's that Yoonjae isn't interested in Sohee, period. I think there's a tiny interest, but he's way more interested in So-eun. And so he was trying to keep Sohee kind of on the back burner in case So-eun came back and was like, I'm not interested in you.
Exactly.
Then I think he would have gone with Sohee.
Yeah. But now we know that So-eun is interested in him. And they only have 4 or 5 days left to be with each other. So they're going to spend as much time together as possible.
Yeah, they're my favorite couple.
I love them together.
Who's your second favorite couple?
I don't have a second favorite.
Same. I know I think Jin Young and Silky would choose to go to Paradise together if they could, but I want Nadine and Jin Young to go.
Me too. I want to see them have a chance together to see how their interaction in Paradise would be like.
Because I think they're really fun together. Like, Jin Young is literally always smiling and laughing around Nadine.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. But there's a twist at the end.
Oh my gosh. So the two new people get to go to Paradise with whoever they want, basically.
Which I think is what they should have done the first season.
Yes.
Because this is very fair. They came in late. They don't know anyone, so you should be able to go with whoever you want.
Exactly. And you see in the preview that the new girl is interested in Yoonjae.
Oh my god, yes! I was like, oh my god.
So now Soon has to be the one who's more jealous.
I love that though. It's equal. I think it's good. It's a good experience for them.
I feel bad for the new girl for being interested in this guy who's only interested in Soon.
I know.
But also, damn, Yoonjae getting all the girls.
Literally. What I found out about this is there's just a few people who everyone's interested in.
Yeah. At least in this season, it's Yoonjae.
Yeah.
I think So-eun is one of them, and Silky.
I know.
What I really wish is for somebody to be interested in Sejong. I think she's great.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think it's just luck of the draw. Like, different types.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
You know? So it's just, if they had a different cast, then maybe they would have picked different people to be interested in.
Yes.
Yeah. Last episode when we were recording this, I was like so happy and excited. And this time, honestly, after that depressing conversation with Zoe and Yoonjae, I was like kind of depressed. I was like, this is such a downer. Like, their whole relationship is a downer.
No, Zoe's whole experience on Inferno has been a downer so far. I feel really bad for her because she's spent half of her time there and she's not had any fun.
I mean, same with Jungwoo.
That's true. Although I feel a little bit less bad for him for some reason.
The thing is, he seems less aware of his feelings, maybe. He's the one who was so off and thought that everyone, like, he's just so out of it, honestly. He was like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Okay, so one thing I did want to talk about was I do not like how, or like when people think they're being nice, like how Yoonjae probably thought he was being nice to Soe by like not turning her down initially, or Silky not turning other guys that she didn't have interest in down immediately. It's like you're actually being really selfish.
It's not nice.
It's not nice.
And what it's reminded me of is a conversation that Yoonjae and Soe had in the first or second episode. Because Yoonjae's like, when multiple people are interested in you, what would you do? And Soe said that she would turn down the people she's not interested in because she doesn't like leading people on. Whereas Yoonjae said that he had a hard time doing that.
Well, clearly.
And you can see that play out basically in their relationship with each other.
Yeah. So I think it's very selfish to just not tell other people you're not interested in, period. So I think that's why I still don't really love Silky. Because I think, like, Nadine is so honest. Like, when she's excited about something, she'll, like, tell you right away. Yes. When she's sad, you can just tell it immediately. So that's why I like her.
I do think Silky is probably keeping Jungwoo in the back burner. Just in case anything happens with
because he's thoughtful. There's nothing wrong with him. Yeah. He's polite. Yeah. And who knows where things will go with the Jin Yoon. I keep saying his name.
Jin Yoon.
Yeah, Jin Yoon. Oh God, what an episode. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I like the first episode 5, but 6 was just kind of depressing to me.
It was a little bit depressing, but we're also getting into the final days of this show. We only have 4 more episodes.
Oh my God.
We have maybe 4 or 5 days more on this
God.
Island.
Okay, but don't be sad, everyone, because we will be coming out with our wrapped TV/movie recommendations for 2022. So that will be coming out next week.
Woo!
Woo! Oh wait, okay, just one more thing I thought under the funny moment. When Jin Young was opening all the cabinets at the hotel.
Honestly, that's exactly what I do.
Me too!
I open everything to see if they have anything in there.
Yeah, and the lights. He was like trying to figure out all the lights, and I don't know why I thought it was hilarious. I also wrote this. He reminds me of a little kid.
Yeah.
Like stuck in a man's body. But he's really cute. And I also loved all the gasps when they revealed that Nadine went to Harvard. Like, all the commentators, like, like fanning themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and one of
You know what? Everyone is so impressive. They're all
know.
equally impressive.
I love that this season. Thank God we don't have just, you know, models and physical trainers. Those are great, but like just keep it down to 2.
Yeah. Have some more like normal people, but I guess they're elite people. They're elite.
Oh, they're so elite.
They're
oh
very
my God.
elite.
They're like professionals who have time to work out, you know, like every day. And like, anyways. Okay, thanks guys for listening to us. We appreciate it. We saw that we have some listeners in countries all over the entire globe, which is amazing.
Yeah.
If you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, whatever, please email us. We do have an email.
It's takenthetrash@gmail.com.
Is there a pod? Sorry, that was my story. Wait, is there a pod at the end of that email?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, the email will be in the description note of the show, so you can email us there.
Yeah, you can email us at takenthetrashpod@gmail.com.
And please remember to subscribe, review, and rate our show if you enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, then don't do any of those things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.